The conflict in the Middle East has now entered its 16th day. Tensions between the United States, Israel, and Iran continue to rise. Military operations and missile attacks are spreading across the region. The situation is now affecting not only the countries involved, but also the global economy. Governments around the world are watching closely as the conflict intensifies. The United States and Israel have carried out new waves of airstrikes inside Iran. The strikes targeted locations described as important government and military infrastructure. Several strategic facilities were reportedly hit during the attacks. Military officials say the operations were carefully planned, but the attacks have further escalated tensions across the region. Residents in Tehran reported hearing several explosions during the night. The attacks created panic among civilians across different neighborhoods. Many residents described the blasts as extremely loud and frightening. Emergency services quickly moved into affected areas to assess the situation. The strikes continued to increase tension inside the country. For many people in the city, it was another night filled with uncertainty. Meanwhile, the United States has made its position clear. Officials say negotiations are not currently being considered. The administration believes military pressure should continue. The statement has drawn strong reactions from around the world. Experts warn that the conflict could become even more dangerous. And for now, the possibility of a peace agreement appears distant. At the same time, the conflict has expanded into neighboring Lebanon. Israeli forces say they are targeting positions linked to Hezbollah. Overnight airstrikes reportedly caused several casualties. The attacks have increased fear among communities near the border. Local officials say the strikes have caused serious destruction. The situation remains tense as military operations continue. While the fighting continues, diplomatic efforts are also being discussed. France has suggested direct talks between Israel and Lebanon. Paris has even been offered as a possible location for negotiations. Supporters of the idea say dialogue could help reduce tensions, but some officials remain skeptical about whether talks will happen soon. For now, the path toward diplomacy remains uncertain. Missile attacks have also continued against Israel. Iran launched another wave of missiles towards central Israel. One strike caused fires and heavy damage in a neighborhood near Tel Aviv. Emergency teams quickly arrived to control the fires. Fortunately, most missiles were intercepted by Israel's defense systems, but a few missiles still managed to reach their targets. Meanwhile, tensions between leaders on both sides continue to grow. Iran's Revolutionary Guard has issued new warnings. They claim that key political figures could become direct targets. Such statements have increased fears of further escalation. International observers say the situation is extremely dangerous, and the conflict shows no clear sign of slowing down. One of the most important targets in the conflict has been Iran's major oil export hub. Kark Island plays a crucial role in Iran's oil economy. Recent strikes reportedly caused major damage to parts of the facility. The attack has raised concerns about global energy supply. Energy markets are now watching the situation very closely, because disruptions here could affect oil shipments worldwide. Another critical area affected by the war is the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow passage is one of the most important oil transport routes in the world. Military tension in the area has made shipping extremely risky. Any disruption here could impact global energy supplies. Shipping companies are now operating with extreme caution. Some vessels are even waiting offshore due to security concerns. As tensions increase, global oil prices have begun to rise. Energy markets are reacting quickly to the crisis. Investors are closely monitoring developments in the Middle East. Because the region plays a key role in global oil supply, even small disruptions can send prices higher. Experts warn the economic impact could spread far beyond the region. The human cost of the conflict is also becoming clear. Hundreds of thousands of people have been forced to leave their homes. Entire neighborhoods have been left in ruins. Humanitarian groups are working to provide emergency assistance. Many families are now living in temporary shelters. The impact of the conflict is reaching far beyond the battlefield. Major international events are also being affected. Several sporting events in the region have been canceled. Security concerns have forced organizers to postpone competitions, including major Formula One races scheduled in the Gulf. It is another sign of how widely the conflict is spreading. As the war enters its third week, tensions remain extremely high. Military strikes and missile attacks continue on both sides. The conflict is now casting a shadow across the entire region. World leaders are calling for calm and a possible diplomatic solution. But so far, there is little sign that the fighting will stop soon, and the world continues to watch closely as events unfold. Breaking news updates continue to emerge from the region. Military forces remain on high alert. Defense systems continue to monitor the skies. Global shipping routes are being carefully monitored. News agencies around the world are covering the crisis closely. The situation remains unpredictable,